Juice Man 6 was good. B Mitch was good, Bryant. What is pop? Gail, what's happening? Barry Dolberg, I got entrepreneur. What's good? Alfred, much love, much love, much love. Tawny Shambles, what's happening? I hope y'all on YouTube, Facebook, and all that other shit are okay with the slight delay in the picture here. My camera, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I'm using my external iPad because it's better than the camera on that's better than on my MacBook Pro. So hopefully y'all can deal with it for just like getting my ZV1 fixed. JJ, what's good? Poppin' G. Big shout out to big preliminary shout out to Kirsten Yoder. She got me the shirt that you guys saw yesterday. Make sure you guys check out her page, Cannabis Detector. Good friend of mine I know for years in the industry. She has some really, really snarky comments on the shirts and the gear. She hooked me up with some good shit, man. So guys, show love to my people. Support your people. Support your people. I got 2 shirts from them. I actually bought 2 shirts. One that says sativa and indica are lazy marketing, which is true. And then the other one is support your local farmers, which I do. Brian Mitchell, I'm trying to support you, brother. Keep on growing the best of the best in the lane. Support black cultivators. How about that? I love it, man. I love it. Excelbus Labs, what's popping? What is popping? All right, we got a good one today. Today's a little. Let's just get into it, man. I'm just gonna hop right into the conversation today because it got me a little bit in my feelings. And y'all seem to like when I get all animated and shit. Y'all excuse the cold. I'm getting over. Just took some Unca. Oh man, everybody will show up when I get upset. Maybe it's because I got the cold going on today. My daughter got me sick. I have not been sick since 2019. Shout out to the quarantine. Shout out to being a hypochondriac and a germaphobe. But I could not escape the drool. It came from my daughter. All right, let's get right into it. So, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the newbies in the room. My name is Rico Lamite, the CEO, founder of Cannabis Global, decentralized media broadcast organization. And we have broadcasters all over the industry where we all believe in one network, many voices. And what up, BuzzFeed? Justin in the house. And I'm also a co-producer and host of State of Cannabis NewsHour on Clubhouse every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. noon on the wrong coast, where you have me and 11 other thought leaders in the cannabis industry entertaining 16,000 people out there. And we go over the biggest news in the cannabis industry, debate a lot of different live topics, and invite people on the stage with us. We always try to get the people from the stories to get it direct with us, but it doesn't always happen. Today, I was hoping to get either Mikey or Seth over from Houseplant, or even Ricky. It was too late for me to even reach out to Ricky and Matt over there, but let's hop into it. All right, so today's story came from MarketWatch. How Seth Rogen and Ricky Williams are aiming to succeed in cannabis. People view Rogen as an quote-unquote authority. So Seth Rogen rolls out his houseplant brand ashtrays nationwide. Ricky Williams plays off of his Heisman Trophy win in 1998, launching his Heisman cannabis brand. Former NFL running back Ricky Williams and Canadian screen actor and writer Seth Rogen are pursuing efforts in the cannabis space as celebrities leverage their fame to launch marijuana-themed businesses with mixed results thus far. Entertainment and sports stars alike have been hopping into the weed game for years now. Mike Tyson's 2018 proposed theme park Tyson Ranch past its initial PR stunt 3 years ago. Marley Natural, named after Cannabis, legendary reggae artist, debuted in 2016, and it still hasn't truly taken off like it should have. Burner's Cookies and Al Harrington's Viola are arguably more successful, while other stars have been finding success more on the investment side, like Jay-Z, Sean Carter, back in the parent company, and Snoop Dogg with his Casa Verde. And Snoop Dogg was spelled with one G. Just had to put it out there. Now, here's where the article gets weird. With cannabis-themed movies such as Neighbors and Pineapple Express fueling his reputation as a lovable and productive stoner, Rogen helped draw attention to the U.S. launch of Houseplant this year. In June, Rogen even had the pleasure of smoking a joint on Conan O'Brien's On Stage TV show in a one-on-one talk show host's last episodes. Not long after Houseplant and Canopy Growth ended their 3-year alliance for products in the Canadian market, as Rogen looked to increase his presence in the U.S. Mikey Moore, what up, Mikey? I actually know these guys over at Houseplant, really, really good people. Co-founder and CEO of Houseplant said that the company doesn't consider itself a celebrity brand because it's not about slapping Rogen's name on someone else's product. Houseplant had been self-funded from inception until March, when it took outside capital from private individuals with no funding from venture capital or private equity firms, including executives from consumer packaged goods space, Moore said. With cannabis still federally illegal, Houseplant launched its home products line, including ashtrays, to all 50 states as a way to get in and to get its name out across the entire U.S. So they sent out the ashtrays. Next paragraph. In California, Houseplant plans to team up with a network of growers to launch a line of pre-rolled joints. All right, so just 2 sentences prior to that shit, they say they don't want to slap Rogen's name on a bunch of everybody else's products. But then they say California Houseplant plans to team up with a network of growers to launch a line of pre-rolled joints. It sounds like they're doing exactly just that. Okay. All right. So they say joints from Houseplant are modeled after the joint that Seth Rogen has rolled for himself. He spent years and years becoming the greatest joint roller in the world. We feel like there is a whole market for great flower and perfect pre-roll. We don't really feel like that exists today. Okay. So meanwhile, 1998 Heisman Trophy winner Ricky Williams is a decorated NFL player who is notorious for using marijuana before it became legal and has launched the pun-making cannabis brand Heisman. His product line, which will be produced by outside cultivators under the supervision of Williams, will include pre-game, halftime, and post-game products. Eric Hammond, CEO of Heisman, said that the company is seeking $1.5 million in seed capital and has been bootstrapped by private investors until this point. All right. They go on and on about how Seth Rogen and Houseplant should be seen as a model, going the ancillary route and being smart about getting it out to all 50 states, where Ricky Williams, it is his second foray into the game, and maybe it's the wrong thing to do. Things to note here, number one, my gripes with the article. Number one, they're calling Seth Rogen an authority in the space. Why? We've got plenty of love for Seth and his team, like 100%. I love Mikey, the whole team over there. George, I actually got to meet Seth a couple years ago when they were first launching Houseplant. But why is Ricky not seen as the authority? Why is he not recognized as the authority? Ricky's been in this shit since the late 90s. Legally or illegally. Ricky gave up an entire career. Ricky gave up millions of dollars. Ricky gave up pretty much everything for this plant. But you're calling Seth Rogen an authority for making stoner movies. Second, they misspelled. They're giving a nod to Allen Iverson. Launching with Viola, and they spelled Allen's first name wrong. They spelled Snoop Dogg wrong with one G instead of two G's. So it's little things like that just show me that you're being a lazy journalist. At least do your research and find out how people's names are spelled correctly. If you're going to be just boosting the shit out of one side and then diminishing another side, at least get the spelling right. And then number three, literally a paragraph apart, you're saying that Houseplant is not doing exactly what they're doing in order to uplift them and diminish what Ricky is doing. it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. If you're gonna do a puff piece for Houseplant as a fanboy, go ahead and do that. But don't list a bunch of black brands alongside your bullshit comparison. Ricky's paid his dues a million times over, and he deserves better than to be a sideshow used to be boosting Houseplant's positioning in this MarketWatch piece. Seth Rogen has been very, very, very careful about rolling out Houseplant the right way from the beginning and made an effort to make sure that he avoids shit just like this, comparing his struggle in the biz to from a position of self-awareness, of privilege, and to not be compared to people in their very real struggle in all aspects of the game against the war on drugs. It's very different. They should not have made that comparison. Um, Seth has all the money and white tears back in his movement and is seen as an authority. Ricky Williams gave up absolutely everything, including a career in a game that he was literally built for. You seen the dude? He's still running motherfuckers over. And he studied the plant meticulously for decades, and he's still struggling to get by. Let Seth continue to build in his lane without continuing to use black bodies as collateral. Period. That's my thoughts on it. So let's get it. Is the ancillary play in non-legal markets the best move to make for brands looking to capitalize across borders before legalization is nationwide? Yes, 100%. Nothing is stopping you from building your brand outside of plant touching operations while you wait for that to sort its way out. I think it's a very smart play to make. You can actually do a lot more digitally, getting your brand out there, getting your name out there into markets that you might not have the budget to get out to physically, and you can do drop shipping as well. It's not THC, CBD now as in in some places, but you can actually get your, and I think it's a smart play by Houseplant. Ricky Williams gave up everything to inspire athletes, BIPOC people, and mainstream Americans to follow the science and drive education around the plant, and was way ahead of the curve with all he sacrificed to get where he is now. With all due respect to Rogen and Houseplant, how is Ricky not the authority? He should be the authority. Like Ricky Williams, knows more about the plant, has done more for the plant, has done more for the community, both on a economic level as well as on a holistic community-driven level than many people in this game. This has nothing to do with racism. This has nothing to do with playing all that bullshit. And it's stuff like this that gets people angry because everything that Ricky's done, you're still second guessing him, and you have a bullshit piece like this that is demeaning his efforts right in the title. Rogen and Houseplant have done a phenomenal job making sure they respect the space and communities of color who've suffered before them to not fall into traps like this. Why would MarketWatch and the author only compare Houseplant to BIPOC efforts in this article? I have no fucking idea. Straight up, I have no idea. I really hope that this dude, whoever the author is of this article, I really hope that he retracts this bullshit and he does an apology piece, because it just really, it was a disservice both to Ricky and to Seth to put out an article like this. Like, Seth and his team have been A1 since day one, since they got in this shit, and made it a point to make sure that they are supporting initiatives that help BIPOC people. Ricky Williams has done nothing but positive things for this industry. And it's just an unfair comparison to even put them like that. And to compare Ricky's Heisman brand that he just launched to Seth's ancillary ashtrays is garbage. And then to list a bunch of other black people in there in the same lane doing things as well, not even listing anybody white who is in the game as well, making the same mistakes as black people are, making the same triumphs as black people are. It's just lazy journalism, straight up. So, just saying. All right. Alfred, he said he or she said that they'd like to get involved in the next Clubhouse chat. DM us, Cannabis.global. Please DM us. We'd love to. I'll let you know before we even put it up. I'll let you know what my story for tomorrow will be before I even put it up early in the morning. We'll make sure you do that. I Got Entrepreneur says Mike Tyson making news. Mike Tyson's always making news, man. That's what Mike Tyson does. Mike Tyson's he's me fighting those Paul brothers. Mike Tyson just won't stop making money. So big ups to Mike Tyson. Michael Sean in the place to be. Green Diamond Stone Wool. What's good? What's good? What's good? I am trying to. Hopefully, there's a 24-hour bug like it was my daughter. Goddamn. Getting sick ain't shit, man. Fuck that shit. All right. BN Giampa, what's good? Excelsior Cannabis, what's happening? BM Elixirs, what up? Cha Cha Hopsky, what's good? Cha Cha Hopsky has a question. They say, why are they always pitting black people against white people in this when cannabis always brings us together? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. If you're going to put people against each other, why don't you put the people who are actually tearing each other down against each other rather than people who are uplifting the community? Seth and Houseplant are doing a great job to uplift the community. Ricky and his people are doing a great job to uplift the community. But it's bullshit media fuckery like this pitting us against each other that ends up having people out their necks because somebody responds the wrong way. Like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I ain't for that shit. And I really hope that MarketWatch corrects this article and does like redoes this piece in some way somehow. I don't know how it's written right now. You need to completely just redo the whole thing. All right. JJ Sandring says, great CRT question this morning. All right. So CRT, the CRT comment that's making. Actually, all right. So we have a few conservatives on the State of Cannabis NewsHour, and I love my conservative folks in the industry as well. 100, 1,000,000%. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm 100%. I am 100% against political parties. Anyways, I think they're all bullshit to put us against each other. I got sides of me that are very conservative, sides of me that are very liberal. But the question at hand, we were debating just different initiatives in the cannabis industry and how to move forward with social equity. And I said that one of my favorite things to do recently is to ask white conservatives to explain CRT. You ever want to watch somebody squirm? Ask them what the fuck CRT means. Ask them what the true definition of CRT is. And if you and tell me if you're a conservative in the cannabis space, how can you be for social equity and be against teaching CRT or any of the CRT tied philosophies in schools? Answer that question. I would love to debate. I would love to hear a real answer from my conservative brothers and sisters out there, man. Like, tell me, like, straight up, like, number one, what is CRT? What is the definition of CRT? Number two, if you believe in social equity, why are you so asshole against CRT? Ask somebody that and watch them squirm. All right, much love, everybody. Any more shout outs and everything? Make sure you guys check me and Adelia Carrillo out tomorrow. We're going to be going live tomorrow. I'm putting out some promotions for that. She is the co-founder of Blunt Brunches, a great friend of mine too. I've known her for about 5 years. She is the CMO of Event High, formerly of the Direct Cannabis Network, a technologist in the space. Mexicana as well, and she's doing a damn thing. She and Parisa Rad started Blunt Brunches a few months ago, and it has taken the fuck off. And they had a 3-part event at MJ BizCon last week, and gotta show love, gotta show love. So make sure you guys check that out. Hit us up with any questions, comments, and critiques. If you guys want to get on and you want to learn about my story for tomorrow or hop on stage with us on Clubhouse, make sure you guys check us out. State of Cannabis NewsHour. DM us, let us know what you think, or you can actually get on with the show and put if you want one of your stories to be covered that you think should be covered in the on the State of Cannabis NewsHour, put it as your profile pic on Clubhouse, and we will call you up to stage if we have time at the end and put it up there. All right, much love to everybody. Hope you guys hug your babies. If they sick, just know that you're gonna get sick like I did too. Love you, baby. Kiss your mama. Love your daddies. And if you look around, there's no place else to turn. Just remember, you can always turn the fuck up. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Much love. I'm about to go take a nap. Bye.